Want to get things done. You want to feel good about what you've accomplished, but there's so much to do and there's so many interruptions. It feels never ending and overwhelming. Today, I'm going to teach you one thing that will change everything. You're going to go from feeling agitated when somebody needs something from you to feeling like you can handle it all. I'm Missy Hughes, and I'm your productivity coach. I work one-on-one with people who feel overwhelmed and stuck in their lives, and I help them follow through with themselves and with the things that they want in their lives. So go to the link in the comments of this video and sign up for your free discovery call, where we will see what's holding you back and create a plan to move through it. So today I'm going to help you understand what's happening when it feels like your wheels are spinning. And I'm going to give you one simple practice to try out that'll take the frustration out of what you feel and turn it into feeling accomplished and right on time. Then I'll let you know how you can grow a little deeper into this work with me. So let's dive in. We all have a to-do list. Things that need to happen, we want to happen, others are counting on us to make happen. We think that churning away on as many of these as possible is the way to be amazing. I get 752 things done before breakfast. Clearly, the Nobel Prize board should be taking notice. Except that for most of us, that is not reality or even what we want or how we think about our day. For most of us, your day smacks you in the face before you even get a good yawn out. You think you're behind, you're exhausted, and you really could use a break. You feel anxious and overwhelmed, and it all seems so urgent. You can't seem to catch up, and you surely aren't getting ahead like this. So you either plug away as fast as you can, like you're running with a beast on your heels, or you freeze entirely and just try to feel better, or feel nothing at all, which feels like an improvement. It doesn't work though, and here's why. Just because you put a clear wall between yourself and the beast, that thing is just staring at you. It is waiting with all of its urgency for the wall to drop to send you rushing. The key that changes all of this is way simpler than you're going to believe. Hear me out, though. The thing that turns that raging beast into a docile companion animal is celebrating along the way. Now, hang on. I see you. You're thinking that you can't celebrate until you finish something. You think that you don't have time to celebrate. You think that you don't deserve to celebrate because you aren't all the way done. I mean, I'm only on thing 641 here. I got another 172 to go. These are all lies, and I'm going to tell you why. When you're working on tasks, you are practicing skills. You're showing up for yourself, you're showing up for others, and you're mastering something, even if you don't know what that something is yet. These skills are worth recognizing. The time it takes to recognize how far you've come takes about 3 seconds. The time it takes to spin and overwhelm, however, I mean, that can take days. Believe me, I've been there, I've practiced it all, and recognition is a time saver. And here's the real kicker. When you feel like you can't celebrate until it's all done, the task list will never literally ever be done. Unless you are doing laundry naked, even when you fold that last sock, it's already started all over again. You still have dirty laundry. There's still more laundry to be done. It's never done. And I don't say this to be a downer. I say this because it's true. Your brain will come up with hundreds of things all the time. You have your list, you've made your list, you look around, and then all of a sudden there's a whole nother list. You set a goal, you reach your goal, but even as you're reaching it, your brain has already imagined the next thing. And so before you've even patted yourself on the back, you're off and running to the next thing because it all feels so urgent. It all feels like you got to go. You got to get this beast out of here. You've got to earn your way into feeling good. I'm going to tell you why the skill of celebrating along the way changes these things. I'm going to give you these amazing benefits. The first one is when you acknowledge what's going well, it allows you to focus on repeating what works. Let me say that again. When you acknowledge what's going well, you bring your focus into what's going well. Our minds naturally go to the 800 things that aren't going well. That's normal. That's natural. That's our brain looking for danger. Nothing's gone wrong there. But we intentionally, when we look at what's going well, we take our focus there and we take our focus on repeating more of what's working. Number two, when you celebrate along the way, you tell your brain, this is good. We're safe. Nobody's actually chasing us. It creates a calmer environment so that you don't feel rushed. You don't feel urgent. You don't feel overwhelmed. You feel right on time. I'm trying something new, or I'm just doing my tasks. When you tell your brain it's safe, even if things aren't going well. Now, here's the part that's going to trip you up. You're going to think, I can't celebrate unless things are great. That's not necessarily true. When you find something that's working, even if it's not going well, you take a moment to acknowledge that you're trying. When you acknowledge you're working on this problem, you normalize that things can be shaky when you're trying things. That's okay. Nothing has gone wrong here. You also have the capacity to figure things out. So when you tell your brain you're safe, even if things aren't going well, I can acknowledge that I'm trying and I can feel that calmness. Now, I might also feel other emotions like frustration. That's okay too. It's okay to feel those challenging emotions. Feeling discomfort doesn't mean anything is terrible. It doesn't mean you're wrong. It doesn't mean the project's wrong. It just means you have something to figure out. That's part of life. You're going to have things to figure out. You are the person who moves mountains, not the person who is broken by climbing them. Number three, you get to enjoy life along the way, not just when you arrive at some magical, perfect destination. So we think that it's got to be going well. We think that when we get there, we can celebrate, but we often have this picture of the place we get to. Nothing challenging is happening. No discomfort is being felt. And that's not real life. So when we choose to celebrate along the way, we get to find the things along the way that we love. We get to celebrate and love our lives. We get to enjoy where we are along the way right now, not because we've earned it. So when you practice this one skill of celebrating along the way, you create these results. The feeling of calm, not overwhelm. The knowledge of safety. You are not in danger. And the power to love your life right now, not when you think you've earned it. If any tiny bit of this makes sense to you, go to the comments and use the link to sign up for your free discovery call. I promise you, the little steps that feel insignificant create massive change. And I'm here to guide you through that. So like this video, subscribe to this channel so you get every single episode, and I can't wait to see you soon.